Hi, tell me something. At the end of the promotion cycle, have you been in a position where you've actually sat down and been thinking, hey, my performance was great, but I still haven't been promoted? Well, if that's been the case, you're not alone. The fact is, many of us have gone through that situation. The reality is that the promotion calculus has changed. It's no longer dependent on just past performance. Increasingly, many companies are looking for candidates to showcase how they are prepared for the future, how they will be able to be successful in times which are increasingly ambiguous, increasingly complex. And therefore, this promotion calculus has completely changed. And if you are in the mid level and in a large organization, I think it will be worth your while to understand that. Because after all, you want to be in control of your career destiny and not leave that just to the organization. Hi, I'm Vikas Dua, and I think many of you know me as the HR in my heart guy. Today, I'll be talking about decoding promotions in 2026. If you're a career professional, this is something you don't want to miss. And while you do that, make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel. It'll make it really valuable to me. Thank you so much. See, promotions are bet on future impact. Many professionals themselves see promotions as a reward for hard work, for having performed in their jobs. But the truth is that leaders see it as a risk decision. When you look at research and you look at HR processes nowadays, the fact is that a lot of promotion decisions are a combination of your past performance, of course, but also increasingly your capability to lead and operate at the next level. Also, they also factor in the fact that you do not have any serious derailers, factors that put your performance at risk. So some HR practitioners actually say that, performance is just your ticket to having that conversation. The real decision is about convincing your leaders that you're capable of operating and moving at the next level. Not just executing, mind you, but shaping that whole role and journey ahead. So, what is the new promotion equation? Well, today the promotion equation relies and is based on four very critical variables. The first is, of course, your performance track record. How have you performed against your goals? Have you gone beyond your job description? Have you really outperformed? Have you been resilient during this entire period? The second factor is your skills and values contribution. What are the strategic skills that you bring to the organization that protect it, that insulate it in the long term? The third is, of course, your leadership behaviors. How is it that you raise the collective bar around you? How do you collaborate with people? How do you take them along? The fourth is narrative clarity. How are you able to position and present yourself to the larger leadership, showcasing your strengths, your achievements, your capability, so that they can place a bet on you? See, these four parameters together bring confidence to leadership when they're considering a promotion for you. And even if one of them is weak, the fact is that your chances of promotion become low. Therefore, it's important for you to really think and deliberate about these four parameters. Now, you may ask, how does one compare internal promotions versus external jumps? Well, a lot of mid career professionals are also noticing and asking the same question. The fact is that when you move internally, sometimes the jumps are slightly limited. When you move externally, you're liable to get higher increments. But realize one thing, that when you move internally or get promoted internally, you have a lot more stability and security because your track record is already established in the organization. See, the truth is that internal talent tends to perform better and ramp up faster during the first 2 years. So companies realize this. It's not that they don't. So they are also starting to question that, do we really want to recruit from outside or bring in external talent while we already have high quality internal talent that we just need to train and grow within the system? So if you're working in an organization, you really want to give this some thought. Your internal connections can give you strength, can give you comfort, and can give you stability in the long run. Yes, to some extent, you may not be able to gain as much monetarily as you would be able to if you were to shift outside. But then there are pros and cons of everything. This is what the promotion calculus also encourages you to think. So the big question, what are mid-level professionals really assessed on? Let's zoom in and look at mid-level roles: managers, leads, and specialists. So when leaders are evaluating people at this middle level, what are they really assessing them on? Well, there are four things that I think are most important. Number one is, can you work and bring about results through other people? At this level in the management, they're looking for you to showcase a we approach and not an I approach. Number two, do you show learning agility? Well, times are volatile, we all know that. Companies often have to pivot, shift tracks. At such times, people, and especially mid level leaders, who are able to lead their teams and change tracks easily, aren't much in demand. The third thing they check for is, do you raise the bar? As you work with other people, are you good at collaborating, joining hands, and producing collective success? And the last and fourth thing that they check for is really your derailers. Is there an ego in the picture? Is there lack of accountability? Is there a lot of conflict? Because if this is something that you show or even indicate slightly, there can be a question mark that is raised in those that are assessing you. So please avoid that. See, promotion discussions are often discussions where the question is, yes, of course they performed, but can they really scale up? Remember that. So now the big question, well, if you've been doing well and you desire a promotion, then how do you ensure that you get it? In other words, how do you make yourself visible? Well, the truth is that visibility is extremely important. After all, your leaders can't reward or recognize something that they can't see. To do that, there are three very practical moves that you can make. Number one, build a very clear impact narrative. Think back over the last 12 to 18 months and create three or four big stories out of that. Package them in a way which showcases what the business problem was, what you did to solve it, what the outcome was, and what changed because of it. Another thing that you could do is connect your business to the work that you've done. For example, everything that you showcase should be linked to either revenue, cost, customer, process improvements, or strategy to showcase that it's not just tasks that you have completed, but meaningful outcomes that you've driven. And the next and very, very important one is have open conversations with your manager. Don't assume that he or she knows everything. The fact is that you should broach topics or conversations more frequently and more proactively, where you sit across the table and chat and understand that what it needs to be successful at the next level. Absorb that information and showcase how you're building yourself up for that next level role. See, remember something, that being visible does not mean that you're bragging. It only means that you're using fair means to provide legitimacy and visibility to your own achievements in a language that works in your system. To close, I'll only say one thing, that promotions are not a given. There is no rule book that says that you have to be promoted, especially just because you spend some time in the organization. There is no rule book that also says that just because you performed, you should be promoted. Well, if you have performed and you've given it your best, well, it's only fair that the company or organization recognizes you and considers you for the promotion. But at that time, you really need to ask yourself some very key questions. You need to introspect and be fair and honest when you answer these questions. Questions that you need to think about are, have I delivered and built capabilities that the next level needs? Have I exhibited leadership behaviors that give my leadership confidence? Have I removed any derailers along the way? And have I really become a part of the organization that the organization sees it as being critical for the next phase of growth? And that, my friends, is the new promotion calculus or the new promotion equation. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. It'll be in the world to me if you spend a moment to like, comment, or share this with those that will benefit from it. Don't forget to follow me and subscribe to this channel. This is Vikas Dua signing off till next time.